All right, let's talk about yoga, but maybe not in the way you're used to thinking about it. We're not going to focus on it as just a workout, but as this incredible system for tuning up our entire lives. We're going to explore this idea of yoga as a metronome, something that sets the rhythm for a perfect harmony between our body, our mind, and even our consciousness.
So, let's kick things off with a simple question. When you hear the word yoga, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For most of us, right, it's probably someone twisted into a pretzel-like pose. But what if that's just scratching the surface? What if the real purpose is so much deeper? What if it's less about how flexible your body is and more about tuning your whole life to be in perfect rhythm?
Okay, so let's really get into it. To truly get what yoga is all about, we've got to look beyond the yoga mat, beyond the studio, and go way back to its roots. It all comes down to one single, powerful idea: union. And you can see that contrast right here. I mean, in the West, we've kind of packaged yoga as a physical fitness routine, right? Something to make you more flexible, maybe de-stress a bit. But if you look at its origins, it's treated as an ancient science, a whole system designed to bring the three core parts of you into harmony: your physical body, your chattering mind, and that deeper part of you, your consciousness. You know, the word itself actually gives us a huge clue. Yoga comes from a Sanskrit root, and it has all these amazing meanings. Things like union, to yoke, like yoking two oxen together, adding and harmonizing. See the pattern? Every single one of them points toward the same thing. It's not about exercise in isolation. It's about integration, about bringing things into balance.
So why is this idea of harmony so critical? Well, it's because most of our modern lives are kind of built on this fundamental imbalance. We're all chasing two very different things, and they're often out of whack.
Think about it. On one end, we're all pursuing a certain standard of living. You know, the material stuff, a comfortable home, a good job, all the conveniences. But on the other hand, there's the standard of life. And that's all about your inner world, your sense of peace, your happiness, that feeling of fulfillment. And let's be honest, modern society pushes us to focus almost entirely on the first one, right? The second one often gets left in the dust.
Now, yoga doesn't say you should reject material comfort at all. Not at all. It's about realizing that real, lasting well-being, that only shows up when you cultivate both. You need to build up that inner standard of life with the exact same energy and focus that you give to your outer standard of living. It's a two-sided coin.
Okay, so to really help us grasp this whole idea of inner harmony, the source material offers up this absolutely brilliant metaphor, and it's all about the metronome. I mean, just picture an orchestra, right? You could have the most incredible world-class musicians on stage, but if they're not all playing in time, if they're not synchronized, what do you get? Just noise, a total mess. Well, the same thing is true for us. Our body and our mind, they're our instruments, and for them to work at their absolute best, they have to be perfectly in tune with each other.
And we've all felt it when that inner sync is missing, haven't we? It's that feeling of being off. You feel stressed, scattered, pulled in 100 different directions at once. That is dissonance. It's like your body is playing a waltz while your mind is trying to play heavy metal. It's just this chaotic inner noise instead of a beautiful symphony.
So here's the core concept. Yoga steps in to be that metronome, that steady, consistent beat. Tick, tock, tick, tock. It provides that rhythm that allows our body and mind to finally get on the same page, to sync up, find their harmony, and start working together as one calm, coherent whole. But how? Right? How does yoga actually do that? How does it create this inner rhythm? Let's kind of lift the hood and look at the mechanics behind all this harmony. Well, according to yogic science, it comes down to two key things. First, it works by balancing what are called the 7 chakras. You can think of these as little energy hubs running all the way up your spine, and each one affects different parts of your physical and emotional health. When they're all humming along nicely, energy just flows. The second part is harmonizing 2 main energy channels called Ida and Pingala. These basically represent the 2 sides of us, logic versus intuition, action versus rest. The whole point of yoga is to make sure one isn't totally dominating the other, creating this perfect, beautiful balance.
So what yoga offers isn't just a nice philosophy about balance, it actually gives us a practical roadmap to get there. It's a way for you to find and then maintain your own personal inner rhythm.
And that roadmap, it's called the 8 limbs of Ashtanga Yoga. This is a complete, step-by-step guide that goes way beyond just the physical poses. We're talking about ethical principles, how you breathe, meditation, the whole shebang. It's a guide to total well-being. So if yoga is the metronome setting that steady beat for your life, then these 8 limbs, well, they're the sheet music. They show you exactly how to play. And that really brings us to the final question to think about. If your life is like a performance, this piece of music that you're creating every single day, is it in harmony? Are your body and mind playing together as a team, or are they just making a lot of noise? What yoga suggests is that every single one of us has the power to be the conductor of our own inner orchestra. The only question is, are you ready to pick up the baton?